Good morning. Welcome to Energy Works. Today we're talking about taking responsibility. And I think most of you are probably very responsible people and do take responsibility. But sometimes we've expected things from other people in terms of taking care of our health or our finances or our wealth or other aspects of our life, and wanted just to remind myself, and maybe you needed this reminder too, that, I have to be responsible for myself. What I eat, what I think, what I drink, how I sleep, all those things I have to take responsibility for. And so I wanted to clear energy around that. And I also wanted to dedicate this call to anyone that you think might need this. If there's someone that you feel is struggling, we're happy to send some energy to whoever you think may need that. So, responsibility. For me, I've always felt responsibility. I've felt responsibility since I was a teenager, I think, to help with my brothers and sisters. And I don't think that's a bad thing. I feel like when I was 10, one of my brothers was born, and I used to have to help carrying around when Mum was trying to cook dinner. And even though that was probably a responsibility, it also meant that I was not scared of children because I knew that I could soothe and comfort him. So there was a benefit to that. And so as we take responsibility for different areas, we also then can enjoy the benefits from taking that responsibility. So what are the things that you may have taken responsibility for you in your life that you are now grateful that you did, and that you have an understanding about things because you took that responsibility? All right, so we're going to delve into the chakras. So let's start with the brow chakra, which is about trusting our intuition and what we feel about things. So I'm going to use Jenny Rosengren's book, the Over 1,000 Categorized Positive and Negative Beliefs. All right, I'm the balance of consciousness and emotional intelligence. And emotional intelligence is, I think, very important. It's like being able to see past, just what's black and white in front of you, to see the bigger picture, to understand, the ramifications of your actions. All right, so a little bit of generational baggage affecting our balance of consciousness and emotional intelligence. Dad's side, Dad's mum's side, and the men. All right, so now we're into chakra 7, or the crown chakra, and I fit in with many groups. Now, sometimes we can feel quite isolated or feel like we don't fit in or belong, but I think all are needed. Like in a family, we have many cross types of people, and we need each of those people, even the annoying ones, because they help stretch our limitations and our ability to cope. And so we need to fit in with many groups so that we have a say and that we help each group to be more well-rounded. And our input and our light that we bring to whatever group that we're in is important. And you are an important person in each group that you're in, and don't underestimate your worth and your ability to help people to have a better life, particularly if you are a person that is filled with light and are able to share that light with others. Then your influence is very important. Don't underestimate that. And also, I think in this time where, as well as showing light, we must be showing love and taking responsibility for, the type of attitude that we bring to a situation. We can bring a disruptive attitude, or we can bring a loving, kind, light atmosphere and help people feel loved in all situations. Because I think at the moment we're having, a lot of controversy and debate, and the old adage of divide and conquer is definitely taking place in the world. So we need to be part of unite and love, and include everybody, and include everybody in our various groups to make people feel that they are loved and cared for. And maybe we have to start, I love and care for me, because if you can't care for yourself, you can't help anyone. All right, so something in our timeline preventing us from taking care of ourselves. All right, time of birth, our own feeling. And I can imagine being born was a shocking experience, exciting too and beautiful, but also, not being able to take control of our own body would be a frustrating thing for a highly intelligent being. Having this spiritual body that's coming to have a physical experience, it would be challenging. So age 3, age 7, age 10, age 13, 17, 20, 33, and 63. All right, reactions to feelings. Margaret's mentioned I find it real hard to love myself. Same. I think we have such high expectations on ourselves that we don't love ourselves until we're perfect, which isn't going to happen in this lifetime. So, we need to work on improving ourselves and strengthening ourselves. So I guess trying to love ourselves along the way. It is hard to do that. All right, stuck feeling of resentment. So we resent ourselves, maybe our body not being how we like it to be, or our mind, or our finances, or our health. Yes, self-abuse comes up. Yeah, sometimes we are abusive to ourselves. Also betrayal. And sometimes others betray us inadvertently because they're imperfect and they make mistakes. And then we can learn that pattern of betrayal. And sometimes we betray others and sometimes we betray ourselves. Another stuck feeling is peeved, not happy about situations. Also shock. Jenny said, me yesterday eating too many lollies. Yeah, I can fall in that hole myself. Yeah. Age 9 comes up with the betrayal as well. All right, so we'll just take a big breath in and out to help shift some of this energy. Okay. Age 15 comes up. Cassie's saying, thank you for your leadership. Oh, well, I'm trying. Sometimes it's good leadership. Sometimes it could be better. But we can only try, isn't it? All of us to try and do our best. If we muck up, tomorrow's another day and we get back on the horse and try again. Okay, so if you have someone you'd like to dedicate this call to, please mention them if you want to. If not, you can also mention areas that you feel that you're feeling pain or discomfort or things aren't functioning well. Please include that in the call to help us. All right, so C4 is coming up. The feeling of failure is stuck in our neck. And let's say I am a success. My life is successful. I allow myself success. Success is safe. Okay, Jenny's like to dedicate to Mark. Thank you. Beautiful. I am comfortable. All right, Tina, thank you. And I'm including Marissa. I'm comfortable with success. All right, so now we're going to go into our solar plexus chakra. Catherine's mentioned her daughter Christy. Okay, thank you for that. All right, I'm always loved and secure. I'm attracting love wherever I go. I'm excited about all the possibilities that lay before me. I'm the perfect age to create the life I want. My actions are in line with my desires. And new doors are opening for me all the time. Also stuck in that C4 is age 7. Okay. All right, we're also going into C7. So if you feel around the back of your neck and you come to that very prominent bump, that's usually C7. So lungs are coming up there. Okay. So if you've just jumped on the call, we're dedicating to those that we think need it. We're also talking about taking responsibility for ourselves, our health, our life, all aspects of our behaviour, and the groups that we're in being, a light to others around us. And so sometimes the energy can get stuck in different parts of our body, in different organs or aspects. All right, horror is also stuck in there. So it's some generational horror, dad's side, dad's mum, and the men on that side of the family. Also the feeling of helplessness. So let's say I'm powerful beyond measure. I use my power wisely. And I think sometimes we have to be careful the language that we use with ourselves, I'm always late, or I'm never ready, or my health is difficult. So the things that we talk about, it's like we need to talk about in more positive terms or more encouraging terms, knowing that whatever problem that we have is an opportunity for growth, an opportunity for learning, an opportunity to grow bigger muscles in terms of dealing with life. All right, age 19, low self-esteem. And I think it's hard to not judge yourself on external situations. So it's like, we use the example of a $20 note. If the note is crisp and lovely, or whether the note's all crinkled up or got a corner missing, is it worth any less? No, it's not. So no matter what's happened to us, no matter how damaged we might feel, we're not worth any less. And so it's like remembering our true worth and remembering who we were before we came to Earth. We were amazing spirits, and we came here to have this physical experience that would be challenging and would make us grow. And that was the fastest way to grow. So we agreed to do it, even if it was difficult. All right, so let's go into the heart chakra, which is about showing love. Is it funny affirmation? I am grown up now. And some days we can feel like a child. Sometimes I feel like a little child that wants to be comforted because we've had, some very tricky situations. So sometimes we do have to stop and give ourselves a bit of comfort, not necessarily expect someone else to do it, but we can also comfort each other if we need to. I lovingly allow joy to flow through my mind and body through all my experiences. So it's almost like you can paint all your life. If you think of your life as this huge canvas that you're living, you can go back and paint through the difficult bits with gold or red or something that you would like that would represent to you love or healing. All right, I allow others to completely feel their emotions. Sometimes we think some emotions are shameful or wrong, but our emotions are there to guide us. And when we feel yucky emotions, we know we need to change it up a little bit. Age 9 comes up again. Feeling vulnerable. So we can ask to release trauma from past events where they're lodged in your body or your mind or your energy field. Also, age 6 comes up. The feeling of worry. Cranial corrections needed. At the back of the head on the right side. So we can plug in as if you've had a chiropractic treatment and had your cranial bones worked on. Big breath in and out. And also C1. So C1 is like the fuse for different allergies. And of course we can have allergies to something we ate or breathed or contacted or drank, or electromagnetic radiation, or our feelings, or toxicity within our body, or reaction to bugs, viruses, parasites, fungal infections, bacteria, entities, other things that can come into our sphere, particularly when we have lousy boundaries. So it's like learning to be able to say no to people and bugs. All right, so it's coming up something we contacted. So we can react to chemicals, but we can also react to types of materials. So some people react to leather or to rubber or to elastic or to nylon or polyester or, I don't know, some other thing that you can react to. So something in your home. I guess building materials can come to mind as well. All right, so turmeric oil. It's a pretty strong smelling oil. Turmeric also assists those who struggle against systemic barriers such as prejudice, bias, and racism by helping individuals recognise discordant or damaging messages and distinguish them from the truth. So turmeric imbues the soul with courage and lends the strength to turn what seem like unconquerable obstacles into navigable paths. So I think we've quoted that before. I think also for turmeric, thinking of it as an anti-inflammatory. So Zuzana's mentioned cigarette smoke coming from the neighbours. Oh, that's awful. So that makes it hard to have fresh air unless you have window or venting that you can do elsewhere in the house. You can also get air purifiers. I used to have one. Mine's broken now, but I had a Nikken one. But I'm sure you could get other brands that would help purify the air in your home. You could also diffuse, like you could use turmeric, you could use cilantro, you could use other oils that help. There's an oil called Purify. Endocrine's also a detoxifier. Any of the oils like that to help clear where you're living. Also, we need, like we have water-soluble toxins and fat-soluble toxins. So your water-soluble vitamins can help with the water-soluble things and the fat-soluble ones can help with the fat-soluble toxins. So vitamin A, D and E are more fat-soluble and B and C are more water-soluble. Also like eating walnuts and pepitas, chia seeds. All those seeds have a more omega-3, so they help reduce inflammation as well. So trying to eat an anti-inflammatory diet is helpful, particularly in these difficult times when we have a lot of inflammation through being trapped at home or, through wearing a mask or things like that, which would not be the best. So trying to counteract these difficult things by taking responsibility for our eating and our making sure we're drinking enough water and that it's good, clean, pure water, making sure that you're eating the best food that your body allows you to eat and your finances allow you to eat. All right, so feeling abused is also a feeling that we could use the turmeric oil for, and also to feel trusting. All right, so today we're dedicating our call to a number of different people. So if there's anyone else you can think of that you want to dedicate the call to, please mention them. And if there's somewhere in your body that's complaining, please mention that as well. Okay. All right, and stuff stuck in our mind. So sometimes we get ways of thinking that get really stuck. Like I can get terribly stuck in that failure mode, that I'm not being successful or I'm failing in different aspects of my life. And it's a very bad mode to get in because then you're not able to feel gratitude and you're not able to, when you can't feel gratitude, then it's hard to allow in prosperity because it's almost like you have to be grateful for what you're about to receive. Okay, so my mind adapts to the situations around me while remaining clear and focused. My mind is able to tune into my heart. My mind no longer reverts to fear when I am in challenging situations. I fully comprehend my purpose in life. And I feel like saying, make no mistake, you're born in this time and this era of the world because you have power to offer and you're here for a reason to help with the healing of the planet and with being a light to those around you. So, don't doubt your reason for being here or that you're a waste of space or, you are here for a reason. And even the very problems that you're facing now are strengthening you for future trials to come. All right, my mind allows clarity at all times. I choose to be peaceful yet work with full purpose of mind. So Susanna's mentioned eyes and sinuses. Thank you. And Jenny's mentioned have been pretty good but feel off kilter since yesterday afternoon. have had hay fever in her eyes as well. Okay. Catherine's mentioned or for future work to come. Okay. All right. So in our eyes and sinuses are reactions to feelings. Again, that feeling of helplessness. I feel like we are the Saviour's hands, and sometimes we're inspired to give someone a call or to drop off a meal or, just to send a little text to someone or leave a little note on someone's door or in their letterbox. And, we are God's hands to help other people. So if you're inspired to do something, do it. Don't doubt yourself. Don't think they wouldn't want it or want needed. If you're inspired to do something, take action, because the more you take action and what inspiration you receive, the more inspiration you're going to receive. So take action if you feel inspired to call someone or to do something, and if someone's been on your mind, take action. So let's say the opposite of helplessness is I am powerful. All right, so generational rubbish here, preventing us from feeling powerful. Dad's side, Dad's mum's side, and the women. All right, so now we're going in the aura, and the colours of the aura. Okay, so blue comes up in the aura. All right, so the people with blue, there's a few things here, but this one particularly sticks out. So they're often the peacemakers and can calmly diffuse angry situations through their love of truth and clarity. They are often highly intelligent and hardworking, and they usually have a great balance between heart and mind. They tend to become workaholics, which can cause problems with their relationships as they take on too much. I don't know, I could put my hand up for that one. All right, so layers of the aura as well. Third layer, which is our thoughts and ideas. So negative energy trapped in our aura. Okay, big breath in and out. I just want to shift that. All right, sometimes we're out of kilter and we're not in rhythm. So it's like we're getting out of step with our own personal rhythm. So just another breath in, thanks. All right, timeline, age 7, age 10, 22, 42. I believe I have a bright future. Age 7 again. Anxiety comes up. So let's say I'm comfortable. I'm safe. All right, our relationships. All right, so having healthy relationship with work. Interesting, it comes up for age 6. What was your work when you were 6? Did you have to help your family? Did you have to keep peace in your family? Did you have to, try and diffuse difficult situations? All right, so family. All right. So during times of illness, stress, or lack, we all band together and receive what is needed from each other. Each member of my family has a positive role to fulfill. Healthy eating, restful sleep, enjoying sunshine, exercising regularly, and making time for prayer, meditation, and stillness are habits easily embraced by our family. So, what can we put in place? How can we encourage each other to do these things? And particularly in these troubled times, these basic building blocks are essential. We are able to grow and blossom within our family. Our family boundaries are strong and healthy and with the right amount of flexibility. All right, so now we can have sometimes hooks or unhealthy connections to other people where they're latching onto our energy in an unhealthy way, which is a kind of like a misperception on their behalf, that they feel that they can't get energy from the source directly, so they're a little lazy and they want to get it through us. So it's like we need to unhook those people and hook them back up to the light. All right, so inflammation's coming up. So where are you feeling inflammation? All right, so sometimes we can have structural things wrong. I know it's lockdown, but if you're in trouble, you still can get treatment, medical treatment, chiropractic, reflexology, other modalities like that are available. So, make sure that you're investing in yourself and taking care of your body and helping yourself be the best that you can be. It's like if you have a car, you have your car serviced to maintain it so that it will always be reliable for you to use. So same with your body, maintain it. All right, a little bit of self-destruct in our inflammation, generational self-destruct, mum's side of the family, mum's dad's side of the family, and the men. So our body not functioning correctly, and also generational thinking. Yes, fibromyalgia and fatigue, absolutely. It sounds like chronic fatigue as well. So often we can get pain all over our body due to inflammatory processes. There is a situation called, I think it's CIRS, chronic inflammatory response syndrome. And it can happen when you have dampness in your house, or if your house has got wet in some way, or if you have mold. Mold is very harmful to the body, and so it's important to get rid of mold. If the house isn't repairable, get yourself out of there. If it is, use an air purifier, open the windows, use oils rather than toxic chemicals to get rid of the mold that's there, like bicarbonate vinegar can be helpful. Thyme oil kills lots of bugs. Clove, tea tree, oils like that, oregano. Be careful, some of those are quite spicy, but those things cause huge inflammation in our body, and it's very important for those things to be addressed. And often people can have underlying viruses or underlying fungal infections or bacteria in their body that they're unaware of, that can just be low grade. So sometimes you can have like a low grade infection in a tooth or in your sinuses or in, other parts of your body that you just never feel 100% well. Also, we live in a very toxic environment now. Chris Astle-Smith taught us years ago, he said it used to take until we were about 80 before we were toxic, and by then it didn't really matter. But now, like, little kids are toxic, little babies are toxic. So it's like we need to be able to address the toxicity in our environment. We need to help detoxify our bodies. We need to eat as pure food, drink as pure water as we can, breathe as fresh air as we can. So even though it's lockdown, you're allowed to go outside for a walk, even if you walk around your front yard or up and down your driveway, do whatever you can to get yourself out of the house, to breathe fresh air. Put your feet in the grass, even if it's a bit cold, just for a little time, to ground yourself. Connect back to Mother Nature. Give up your negative feelings to Mother Nature. Do some write and burn, or do some gratitude as well to help offload the things that are stuck. And often we have bugs have an emotional base as well. So some generational baggage attached to that inflammation on her dad's side. And that doesn't just apply to Tina. This can apply to any of us. Also low self-esteem. And Zuzana's mentioned her body uses the inflammation as a protection. Well, that can be possible too. It's like our body can try to kill bugs and then sets up an inflammatory pattern which can continue. So we need to help reduce the inflammation, by the foods we eat. We can take supplements that help reduce inflammation. Sometimes we need to do some sort of detox, or sometimes we might need to do a hair mineral analysis and see what toxins we actually have. Okay, so just by way of announcement, we are conducting an Energy Works from the 23rd to the 25th of September, and there'll also be an advanced one in October, but it will possibly be a Friday, Monday, Tuesday format. Okay, Susanna's mentioned healthy boundaries. Yep. All right, affecting our boundaries is some generational baggage on Dad's side, Dad's mum's side, and the women. Alrighty, so let's check in. Just a thought too, there are oils that will help your body with viruses, and And sometimes we can have had a virus for years, like you think about the cold sore virus. You can have it underlying and mostly your body's on top of it. When you get really stressed or run down, then it will flare up again. So many people do have hidden viruses or bacteria in their body that's contributing to low-grade inflammation all the time and never feeling well or never feeling energetic. Why do I have such healthy boundaries? Which has also got a generational component, mum's side, mum's mum, and the women. Okay, so Lisa's mentioned oregano oil and Melissa oil. Thank you, Lisa. Yeah, Melissa's the oil of light. Wonderful. And that's very good for cold sores. So, yeah, those oils you could use to help clean your environment and also clean up your internal environment. Okay. So just checking in before we finish our call, how are we doing with our eyes and sinuses, and how are we doing with our body and our feelings? Just let me know before we close up. Thank you for those that jumped on the call today. Thank you for those that dedicated to someone. You're welcome to share anything that we have in our Facebook group with other people. Welcome to invite them to the group. You know, it's there as my offering to help whoever would like it. All right. Well, thank you very much. See you.